What I would recommend for on this problem is let's go ahead and I think we can graph both of them on the same one. So I'll do this way. So sometimes you can graph them separately. Sometimes you can just graph them separately and then combine them. Or sometimes you can just graph them and then like redo their restriction. So that's the way I'm going to do this one. So if I had 3x squared plus 2, we know that's going to have it's going to be shifted up 2, right? And then we're going to have a vertical stretch of 3. So basically what's happening here is I'm going to go, instead of going over 1, up 1, it's going to be over 1, up 3. So what's going to happen is when I go up 1, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's being vertically stretched. Okay, and again, you could just plug in some numbers. Like 1 should give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let's check that. 3 times 1 squared is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5, right? And that works for -1 because that's going to make that squared. Now, again, you could do like, again, another point, but really once we know what the shape is, then we're going to be kind of good, right? Okay, now for on this regard, what it says here is 3x squared plus 2, okay, if x is less than or equal to -1. Now, it says if x is less than or equal to -1. So here's -1, right? So this graph is only true for x values when it's less than -1. That means like over here, right? That's -5. -5 is less than -1. So it's less than or equal to -1 right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is erase the rest of this, because the rest of it was positive, right? The rest of it was greater than -1, right? Here's 1, here's 5. Like all those values are greater than. So we're only going to include this portion. Then we have -x plus 4. So now I'm going to go up to -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And now we're going to follow the negative slope. So again, that would be like down 1 over 1, right? Up 1 over 1. And so therefore you can graph that line looks like this. Now, obviously you can't do the whole line, right? Because then that would fail the vertical line test. So now we got to read what exactly is going on here. It says you're only going to graph this for x values that are greater than -1, not equal to, greater than. Sorry, not greater than or equal to, greater than. So it's going to be an open circle, and it's going to be all values that are going this way, right? So what that means here is now anything to the less of -1, we can actually get rid of. And therefore, that's what that graph would look like.